In today's video, we talk about how to calculate your maintenance calories. What's going on, guys? This is Paul Revelia from ProPhysique.com, and I'm doing my video inside again today because it is rainy and windy outside, and windy is not good for my man, Mr. Microphone right here. So what we're gonna do is the video inside today, and I was just scrolling through some of my messages on the YouTubes and through emails, and I got an interesting question. And sometimes the videos I like to do are actually questions that when I first read them, I think, well, that's silly, that's an easy answer. But then I think, hey, dummy, you've been doing this for like 25 years and you're around people all the time. And so I have a topic today, which you're probably aware of, but it was a question that I skimmed past thinking that's an easy answer, and I thought, well, go back, let's discuss it, and let's let everybody decide if that is in fact an easy answer. And the question was, how do you determine what your maintenance macros or calories are? Well, on the surface it seems very, very easy, but I'm going to give you detailed instructions on how to get to that number. What are your maintenance calories? The first thing you have to do, the first step, is you have to track your diet, right? So what I would like you to do is pull out your phones, download an app, either MyFitnessPal or MyMacros+, or pull out an Excel spreadsheet if you're old school. I mean, fitday.com is a great website I used to use to plug in all my numbers because you can create custom food libraries based on the foods that you eat. But the key here is it doesn't matter which platform you use. The key is that you use a platform. And then what you do is, and I know this can sound very intimidating, and it was to me at one point too, but don't think of it as something that should be intimidating. Just think of it as data. It's just data. It's just information that you're going to use. Don't alter what you eat. Don't change your lifestyle. If you need to, just do it once a day, do a food recall. But track everything you eat. Track everything you eat for a few days. If you can do it for a week, that's great. 3 days is my minimum, but they have to be 3 normal days. It can't be like, 2 days on the weekend when you went out with friends drinking and eating. It's got to be kind of steady. So if you have like a normal work-life balance, maybe a couple days of work and then weekend, but a full week is best. If you can do a full week of tracking your calories, right? And then we can also look at your activity, and we can look at your training, and then we can look at the weight, and we can look at some measurements. What we can start to see is a pattern here. Now, if you kind of eat in the same patterns every week, you go out to the same places, you cook the same stuff for dinner, you do the same amount of activity each week, you might go for the same bike rides, you go to the gym the same amount of times. What we're gonna find is, we're gonna find the calories that you average per day. And then I like to take that number, divide it by 7 if you're doing a week, and kind of estimate what your caloric intake is per day. Average it out. Then we look at what you're doing as far as activity-wise. Now we have a picture of what your maintenance calories are, assuming your weight is pretty steady at the current time. Now, a lot of people like to go onto the internet and type in their stats. I'm 6'3", I'm 41 years old, I'm very active, I've been training with weights for 20 years, blah, blah, blah. Here's my caloric intake. I did the USDA's recommended caloric intake for my lifestyle, and it gave me a 4,500 calorie per day input, which it's very exciting. I would love to eat 4,500 calories a day right now, but if I did, I would gain body fat. The reason being is those all go off assumptions. Those are all calculations based off data that's been collected for decades, right? And then they come up with these formulas. Well, things change over the course of decades. We don't live the same lifestyles that we used to live. And so I don't know the reasons, but these calculators tend to be a little bit generous when they give you calorie intakes. Now, that's not going to be the case for everybody, and maybe somebody's shaking their head right now like, Paul, if you're not eating 4,500 calories, then whatever. My metabolism is what it is, and it's very dangerous to get into this situation where you start to compare your metabolism to what you think it should be or what other people's are. Don't take pride in your metabolism. It is what it is, right? I used to do the same thing with my physique. I used to compare like my physique to other people's physique, and I still do to a degree, but I can understand that I am my own unique person now, and it's taken me a long time to get to this place. So same thing with metabolic rate, you know, I'd love to have the same metabolism as my friend Alberto Nunez, who eats all the food and is shredded and, you know, has a metabolism of the gods, and he's kind of been the poster child, at least from my perspective, when we come up on the bodybuilding boards from years ago, you know, seeing how much he was able to eat, and he responds really well to that style. And, you know, he eats way more than me, and he's 165, 170 pounds, you know, so we're all unique, we're all individuals. So when we're talking about maintenance and we're talking about figuring that out, I'm not a big fan of using these online calculators. Sure, it can give you an idea, a range that maybe you should be in, but they may be off by 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, I don't even know. They could be off by so many, maybe double your calories because of your dieting history, your experience, all those things. But if we take data, your data, and track it and plug it in, then you're going to get actual factual information, not a programmable algorithm that gives you a set of calories that you should follow, right? My friend Dr. Joe did a video on this not too long ago. I would like everyone watching my channel to do me a favor. I'm going to put a link to Dr. Joe's YouTube channel below. Dr. Joe Klemczewski started this whole thing. He started flexible dieting. He was the first person to talk about flexible dieting and the benefits, to talk about eating non-traditional foods beneficial. He even wrote an article in the 90s about eating Pop-Tarts, which has kind of become the poster food for flexible dieting. So the reason I want you to subscribe to Joe's channel right below, I'm going to put the link right there, please go there right now, is because he's been doing some videos and they're getting like no views, and it's fantastic information. If you like my videos, you're going to love Joe's videos. He is way smarter than me, way more experienced than me. He's where I get a lot of my information from, and he's just been off the internet for a while, but he's starting to put some content out. So just like myself, when I get feedback from you guys, when you guys subscribe to my videos and comment, it just builds this momentum and it gets me more excited to do videos for you guys. So what I'd really like you to do is go subscribe to Joe's channel for this very reason, because Joe did a video on this topic not too long ago and I loved his insight, and he's got some very, very, very good insight into so many topics. I'm actually going to go see him in March and we're going to do some content together, which is going to be exciting. But I digress. For the purposes of today's video, when we're talking about figuring out what maintenance calories are for you, maintenance calories for you is unique to you. And the only true way to figure that out is to track, is to be aware. And if that's overwhelming, then I'm sorry, it's going to be very difficult, right? You're going to have to start tracking some way, some shape, even if it's just calories. You don't need to get as granular as macronutrients, protein, carbs, fats, fiber, alcohol. You don't need to break it down to that level right away. But if we can just get a picture of what your caloric intake is over the course of a week, and then kind of compare it to what your weight is doing, what your activity is doing, if things are kind of consistent, we kind of know where your maintenance calories are, right? And that's usually the best way. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Short video for today. It's Wednesday. Got some stuff going on. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to train with Loco today, Lauren Conlon, and who knows what we're going to do. We're going to blast some arms today, perhaps. Thank you for all the feedback on my video yesterday on my body update, physique goal update. Yeah, I was a little nervous to put that out there, but you guys have eased my concerns. Now I'm excited to just document this process. Again, I'm not starting contest prep until 2018, so like 10 and a half months from now, but in my mind, it starts now. The improvement season before the contest prep season. I also have some good news for those of you that enjoyed the Jamie Calais video where she came to my house and we talked about her reverse diet and her just, you know, her 2-year lifestyle transformation into getting into a healthy place and metabolically, emotionally, mentally, physically, all those things. Jamie was amazing. Well, I got so many comments and, you know, people enjoyed that so much that I am actually reaching out to other clients to do the same thing. So I have my next one lined up. It might take a couple weeks just because we are going to miss this weekend and then I'll be at the Arnold the following weekend. So we will get it done. Might have to pick a day of the week to do it in the near future, but it's going to be just as exciting as Jamie's. He is definitely not as pretty. He definitely doesn't have her smile, but He is an awesome transformation that it's going to be great to get him on the record and share his journey with you guys, because it's a fantastic transformation. So be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed, if you're interested in following along with some client testimonials. Thank you guys as always. I'm so excited to come to Arnold and meet so many of you. Thanks to my friend Lucian, who stopped me the other day in Tampa at lunch. You know, it's very cool to meet you guys and subscribers in person. You know, all these numbers that change on the internet. It's very exciting because it's data, but it's way more valuable to me to meet people in person. I just get a big kick out of that. So thanks you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.